Thank you,
Welcome.
guys.
Welcome aboard.
I am so honored to be your first female draft pick.
And
if
we're
you will.
Awesome.
Are you going out strong, guns a-blazing?
That's
You're
the-
picking your best one.
Well, yeah, that's what.
Okay,
That's
because that's
my
going to
approach.
say a lot about you.
Yeah, that's and I don't know. I feel super emotional, like with the breakup and everything. I'm distraught right now. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a surefire hit that has got to be on your guys' list. I would assume. Wow.
What movies
But-
are on your list?
After this, you gotta
I considered putting that one on my list, but no, it's not.
Welcome to Backseat Directing.
where we talk about movies, TV shows, comics, and more.
We're your hosts,
Andrew.
and Aaron.
And we post new episodes every Monday and Thursday.
And on this episode, we're having a girls' night movie draft.
3, 2, 1, action. We never warned anybody that we're going to do the sing our own theme song. It's always a nice little surprise.
We know that they're true fans when they start singing it with us. It hasn't happened yet.
It takes a while.
Yeah. Andrew, today is a monumental episode. We have our very first female on the show, Cassie.
Thank you,
Welcome.
guys.
Welcome aboard.
I am so honored to be your first female draft pick.
And
if
we're
you will.
Awesome.
And we're honored to have you. So,
Thank you.
Cassie, did you want to introduce yourself? You picked the topic this week, so maybe talk
did.
about what you're interested in, why you picked this topic.
I did. I had been, so quick backstory, Aaron and I work together. That's how we know each other. No, he's one of the few that I like. Just kidding. I love everyone. I love everyone.
Some people listen to the show.
I know. I love everyone.
I'm her favorite.
Cut that part. No, I'm just kidding. Anyhow, I watch what you guys do as much as I can. And when he was talking to me about doing this, I was like, all right, I'll do it if we can talk about girl stuff and chick flicks. So yeah, here we are.
I feel like when you said that and I was like, oh, I'm totally down, that you thought I was kidding.
I did think you were kidding.
Yeah.
Well,
because
when you told me, my face like lit up because I definitely have a soft spot for these movies, and these are the best kind of movies for me and my fiance to watch together
Oh, for
because we
sure.
both like them a lot. Like I've always I want to give like a list of examples, but I'm gonna stay quiet for now.
Yeah, my wife, this is like the only type of movie she will watch with
Yes.
me. No other movie exists to her than
Okay.
these that we're drafting.
I just really love something about these movies, especially when they make you sad. Even
Yes.
if it's like has a comedy element, if there's like a sad
Giving
ending.
hints to your list. Huh? Is your list gonna make us cry?
are yours very
I
emotional?
may have said too much.
No, I'm very excited. So the way that this is going to work is we're going to do a snake draft. So we'll randomly pick the order, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then the person in third will pick again, and we'll go back up the list until everyone has 5 picks. And then at the end, our audience will vote for the winner.
Okay.
Okay?
I feel like a lot of pressure that I need to represent the ladies on this here.
You have probably a huge advantage in this.
I don't know. Based on what you told me already, I'm getting a little nervous here, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, I didn't tell you anything on my list. I just told you that my wife is
Approved.
very excited about
Yeah,
every single one.
and
of
that's
the
a
picks.
great sign. So I
It
got
really is.
my work cut out for me.
Shall we go ahead and see the order?
Well, what place in the order do you want? I'm curious.
I
While
think
you
I
look
would.
at it.
I think I would like to go third. I want
It's a
to. I want to
valuable
hear. Yeah, I want to hear both of yours
I feel like
first.
everyone either wants to go first or third. No one ever wants
Second's the worst. And go ahead, Q, telling me I got second.
I definitely want first.
Oh boy.
Okay, so we have
It's me in first. That's that look on his face.
Andrew in first, Aaron in second,
Yes.
and Cassie in third.
Yes, I just manifested that. Okay. This is a
Go the
great.
way that I want
This
them
is, this is
to.
a good sign for
This is
you.
a great sign. We're starting off strong, ladies. Okay.
This never worked how I wanted to. Okay, well, Andrew, you're going to start us off with your first girls' night movie of the night.
I feel like I'm going into this at a small, not necessarily like maybe a disadvantage, because we just met 30 minutes ago, so I don't know what your first. I have no clue in the world what your first pick is going to be.
Before you even say it, are you going out strong, guns a-blazing? You're picking your best one.
Well, yeah, that's what.
Okay, because that's going to say a lot about you.
Yeah, that's a pressure too. Is like what my first pick is. Also, I'm setting the first pick of the draft, and everyone's going to comment. Oh, that's terrible. You should have picked this. But for my first pick of the draft, I'm putting all the weight on this movie. I've loved this movie since I was a kid. Especially when it comes to rom-coms, this might be my all-time favorite. For the first pick of the draft, I'm going with Hitch, starring Will Smith and Eva Mendes. And I feel like that's a movie I could watch like 100 times. I really like movies with like a strong narration. For whatever reason, I've always liked narration. I love Will Smith. I think he's great as the heartthrob. He's so funny and charismatic and personable on screen. Like, I just enjoy his presence. And it's cool, the concept of this movie, because it's like the guy who is Mr. Smooth, but everything's going wrong for him when he's really head over heels for somebody. Like when they're on the jet skis, or when he eats the seafood, I think it is, that gives him like the allergic reaction. Like everything's just going wrong.
It's the Martin Lawrence version of Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry. But yeah, I think this movie's so much fun, and Eva Mendes, like, she volleys so perfectly everything that Will Smith brings to the table. Like, she's strong, she's charismatic, she's hilarious, she's so talented. There's so many strong contenders to pick first, but like, this again is a movie that, like, at the end, like, I feel like these heavyweight actors just kind of like rip off their Mission Impossible mask and their Easter egg, and they're like, unveil themselves as like, oh, this is a comedy, but like Eva Mendes and Will Smith, they're like, we can act here too. Yeah. And when they're arguing about like Vance Munson, and he's like, Vance Munson is a pig, and I refuse to work with him. Like, it has the natural corny moments at the end when he like is chasing them on the car, and he's like, this is what love is. Like, I feel like I'm falling. You're the only one that can catch me. But I still love the speech. It's like, it's built into the genre. It has to be there. And I don't know. I feel super emotional, like, with the breakup and everything. So it
has a very high rewatchable value too.
And even Mendes, when he shows her the like the charter from, what's it called, the island, where all the
I'm not good with names.
People immigrated
Yes.
Ellis Island.
Yes.
So when he shows her like the charter, and she just starts screaming, like what a bold choice, and it's so funny. Like, I can't support this movie enough.
Listen, you're leaving out Kevin James.
Oh no, Kevin,
I absolutely love him in this movie.
Building on my choice.
So adorable.
You know how many times he's quoted amongst me and my like family and friends, just like when he's getting taught how to dance, and like, or like
every party I go to.
Keep it right here.
The Q-tip, throw it away. Oh my gosh. And his love story with, what's her name? Alexa or Allegra. Yeah, that's its own isolated love story. I feel like every bit as good. Where when she talks to Will Smith at the end, and she's like, "How'd you know to tell him to do all this stuff?" And she's in love with everything that was authentically his character. Albert Brenneman. These are iconic characters. Alex Hitchens. IMDb is not open on this screen, but Alex Hitchens, Albert Brenneman, like Allegra. You know these names because they're really good characters that cemented in your brain.
I had a very interesting first viewing of this.
Really?
I was actually camping, and we had like a family movie night, and we watched it on our laptop.
Okay.
It was my very first time watching it. I don't know. I was like,
not a prime way to watch a movie for the first time.
Yeah.
But I just remember loving it, and the next day I was just, the Q-tip, doing the shuffle.
You live right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
It was definitely peak Will Smith era.
Yeah,
I feel like he did so many movies in that time frame that, I don't know, Hitch is always a good one.
It's a movie that makes you fall in love with love too, because there's all these other, they open with the love stories with him like being a matchmaker, and the unveil at the end. We're talking about my movie for so long.
Yeah, I was just about to interrupt.
But I'll finish with they unveil at the end that like he's not trying to take advantage of people. Like he says, he's trying to get people to get out of their own way to find love. Like he's not trying to trick people. He's trying to like show them the truth. So I think it's a really good movie for
it's definitely like a C-level movie for sure.
I could keep talking about this. We need a full
C.
Just trying to make his lips not
an A+.
Okay, all right.
Dude, the scene where he first approaches Eva Mendes, is that not so good when they're like in the bar and he saves her from the
Yes.
Cassie, you don't have to reveal any secrets. But did
Okay.
you have this on your list?
No, it wasn't on my list.
Bad pick. It's a
But
bad pick, Andrew.
No.
The female here, the girl here, did not have that on her
I just
list.
couldn't live
No.
with myself if it was somebody else's first pick. This is the one I couldn't live with losing the most. So.
Okay, fair.
That's what I'm gonna pick for my.
Was it on your list?
It was on my list. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm just glad to know
Okay.
it was on there somewhere.
But I don't know. I don't feel heartbroken that it's gone, but it's definitely a good pick.
Yes,
And it deserving of first round, I'd say.
for sure.
This next one, I was really afraid that Andrew was gonna pick this one first, and that's why I wanted to go first so bad.
Oh, boy.
Because I love this movie. This is probably my favorite on all of the list, or all the names that I have on my list.
Oh, boy.
And that is Crazy Stupid Love.
Okay. Okay.
You okay over there? Nothing?
Oh my god.
You good?
I didn't think you would pick that movie.
No?
Are you regretting not choosing that
Oh,
first?
that's my favorite one out of all of these.
Oh, damn. That sucks.
Did you think I wasn't gonna pick that one? Is that on your list?
It is. It's second on my list.
Man, that's unfortunate for you.
You
Wow.
guys know each other so well.
No, I should have reversed my order. I feel very frustrated because I've also been on like a big Ryan Reynolds kick. I always say Reynolds.
It's hard not to.
I've been on a big Ryan
I'm
Gosling
times
kick
today
lately.
talking about my list as well.
And because I've been watching so many Ryan Gosling movies, like I just watched like Place Beyond the Pines and like two other ones back to back.
Yeah.
I still keep saying Gosling, but I'm so frustrated you have that
It is
movie.
Gosling. You keep saying Reynolds, but it's Gosling.
I'm distraught right now. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Well, Julianne Moore, Emma Stone. I don't know. The love story is really great. Ryan Gosling is awesome. And then Steve Carell, he's got some charm.
She's got a lot of charm.
Yeah, and then-
some charm.
And then the twist. Oh, it was so good. It blew my mind when they revealed that. I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much depth in this movie. I'm losing my mind. It's so good. And then the Dirty Dancing liftoff.
Dude, the twist,
Awesome.
the twist at the end is such a peak scene in like throughout all of cinema, not just like romantic comedies or romance movies. It's
So
it's like the
hilarious when they're all
pulp.
fighting.
Yeah.
At the end.
It's the like Pulp Fiction moment of like a romantic comedy world.
Yes. I'm curious, Cassie, was this on your list?
It was not on my list.
How is this not on your list?
What are you watching?
This is
Oh, no, now I'm worried.
This one is
It was-
so good.
It
I'm worried.
It is good, but I haven't seen it. I'm gonna admit that I have not seen it in a long time. I watched.
So you haven't seen it.
No, no,
at
no.
all.
It's
So it's
been
all
a-
right, we're stopping this podcast.
No,
We're
no, no,
actually
no.
having a movie night.
No, it's just been a long time that I've seen it. So I don't know. I like it and everything that you said I agree with, but I don't know. It just didn't stand out to make my cut.
You're telling me you watched that movie and you didn't want to punch David Lindhagen in the face.
I did, yes.
Bacon has never been more punchable.
You have 20 movies on your list.
I know.
Prepare.
the top
I feel like I'm gonna let
Crazy
you down.
Stupid Love and Hitch aren't on your top 20?
Nope.
Are we like messing up here?
Where
No,
was
you
where was
guys are
Hitch on your
doing-
list?
I have mine in like a rough order. Hitch is a little bit lower on my list.
Oh my god, I could have got Crazy Stupid Love. I could have got both.
Honestly, I don't think I would have picked Hitch first round. So it would have been on the table because it's not on her list either.
Yeah.
So you could have had.
Well, sometimes you make mistakes. You got to move on.
All right, Cassie, I'm very interested to see what you have on your list because none of our
Oh,
stuff
boy.
has been doing it for you.
Okay, so I get to go back to back, right?
That is correct. Yeah.
All right.
2 movies here.
So yeah, these both are probably this is perfect for me because I don't think I could pick a favorite between the two. So
Oh, you get both.
yeah, I'm just gonna say both. Should I say both at the same time or
One at a time.
One at a time. Okay.
Talk about it, and then we'll go to your next one.
Okay. So first one in no particular order because I can't choose favorites here.
But you are saying
is-
this one first.
But I am saying it first. Yes. Is
Sounds like a favorite.
okay. Ready?
Ready?
The Devil Wears Prada. I absolutely love that movie. Like that is just my comfort movie. Like if that is on, like if I'm on a airplane and that is on the TV screen, I'm watching that. If it's on cable, which I don't even have cable anymore, I just have streaming services. But when it was, like that was just, I can watch that movie. Like I've probably seen it 200 times. And I don't know. That's like Meryl Streep and Anne Hathaway. relationship and just banter. Like, I just think it's flawless. Everything about it is flawless. And plus, I love fashion, and it's all centered around fashion. So,
I'm so embarrassed to admit that I have not seen the movie.
no.
I love both of these actresses.
Me neither.
Really? Okay. We are just like all over
might
the
have-
map here.
I might have seen like pieces of it,
Okay.
but
You
I
have
really
to.
recognize the movie.
Until recently,
Okay.
I literally thought this was like a horror movie because I've seen the cover.
The high heel.
And the cover-
stiletto,
yeah.
Devil, poker, pitchfork.
Stab someone with their heel.
Yeah.
The impression we got from the.
Well, it's hard to
Listen.
tell it's a heel.
Listen, it is so good. Like, you just have to. Meryl Streep is just incredible in it. All of her quotable lines, like,
So what's it about?
it's okay. So it's about Anne Hathaway's character, Annie. Not Annie. Gosh, I'm thinking of a different movie.
Andy.
Andy. Yes.
Always when we're on the spot
Andy.
is when this happens.
Yes. Okay. Andy. She she wants to intern for a totally different, like a journalism style career, but she ends up getting this job with Meryl Streep in the fashion industry, and she just ends up being Meryl Streep's like slave basically, and does all of the horrible, awful errands she makes her do all the time. And she just drives her completely insane, but she just keeps doing everything. And then, throughout the movie, she has a boyfriend. He starts seeing how Meryl Streep is like taking advantage of her, and they start fighting. So then they break up. There's a lot to it, but I don't know. I just love all the characters so much. It's just, I don't know. It's just one of those like movies I can just watch all the time and never get sick of.
I'm throwing it right on the queue. It's going on my watch list. I
Okay,
promise.
please do. And you have to let me know how you like it.
Nominated for 2 Oscars.
Was it?
Wow.
Okay.
Best performance by actress in leading role,
Okay.
Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
And then nominated for costume design.
Yes. So I'm telling you, like, the fashion is just impeccable. It's amazing. Like,
Rom-com movies, especially the comedy category, gets
Mm-hmm.
very neglected by the Oscars. So that's an impressive achievement.
Yeah,
okay.
definitely.
I see. I didn't know that. Learned something new.
There you go. All right, Cassie, you get another pick.
All right. Back to back. Now, if you guys haven't seen this one, shame on you. You have to have seen this one. So my second favorite, which is tied with first, is totally Bridesmaids.
No.
I'm sorry. That is the best, most quotable chick flick of all time. I love everything about that movie.
And it is, in a lot of ways, I think, kind of an ultimate chick flick because it's like really hardcore takes a female perspective and has like a female-led ensemble cast. Like
Yes.
Melissa McCarthy's in that movie.
Amazing.
I love her. She's hilarious. Love her to death. Kristen Wiig, who,
Yes.
man,
I didn't even know who she was before that movie because I didn't watch Saturday Night Live. So I
I-
didn't know that.
loved her on Saturday Night Live. She
never
was,
watched it.
I thought, the funniest cast member in her time. Up there, like next to Bill Hader. Like those two were like my favorites. And I think this is her best movie. Like
Yes.
Bridesmaids is really good. It's definitely was on my list, and potentially I could have even picked it. You guys are sniping my picks right now, which is really tough. I thought first would be a good spot, but I think third would have been better for me.
Yeah, I was wondering how much overlap we would have with our list.
I think
lot.
the further we go down, we'll start.
Yeah.
This was just
The second
everybody's
round,
like
I think, is
initial.
where we're really gonna start.
Yes.
I think there's going to be a lot for me because I don't have a lot of. I don't know if mine are really deep cuts. I think mine are kind of like the classics.
The ones, yeah.
I do have some further out ones, but man, Bridesmaids is just such a good movie.
So
the
good.
comedy is so stellar, and I feel like there's a lot of improv. It's a lot of just letting like very talented like actresses do their thing, and the scene with I think it's when they're all trying on their dresses.
Yes.
where
And
they
they
get
start having massive diarrhea
my
in the
God.
streets. Amazing.
Like
In the sink. Like, oh my God, all of it.
say what you want about poop comedy, but
Listen.
man, they crushed it. It was
Listen.
so good.
It was so funny. And then,
You know, I have a hot spot question for Aaron.
Hotspot question.
Have you seen this movie?
I have not.
what?
You're being suspiciously quiet.
No.
I don't think I've seen it.
Aaron, no. Okay. That's
No, I've
for
seen a lot of these rom-com movies, but I've also missed a lot of them.
okay. This is like absolutely top number one. Please agree with me that he needs to say.
No, this is a top 5 for sure all time. It's a great.
You have to.
It's so-
you will
so fun.
cry
And it's a
laughing.
list, and I'm sure my
cried
wife would
laughing.
love
Like
to
I,
watch it with me.
I think I cried
Yes.
laughing 2 times at least watching this.
I
movie. Might have been
still
3.
I still laugh at all the same jokes that I've heard 100 times, and I still laugh at them every time I watch it because it's so funny.
This is like the super.
It's like
the super bad
it's
of
like the female
chick flicks,
version
yeah.
of something like that.
I think it's probably the funniest movie that's probably going to be drafted out of all of our movies.
Yes.
Like that, there might be other ones that like I think are like a better movie for different reasons, but I don't think anything's going to be funnier.
I feel like everybody can reference Mean Girls in some way. Like I saw something on social media the other day about what? About
You said Mean Girls, right?
oh shoot. Mean Girls, Bridesmaids. Sorry. It's been a long day.
Telling.
Champagne.
telling.
No, not Mean Girls. Sorry, Bridesmaids.
I think I know what my next pick is.
Oh no, that's an obvious one. Okay. Anyways, everyone can definitely reference Bridesmaids. There was a post that there was some crazy lady on an airplane, and they were filming her getting off.
Oh yeah,
and I started reading.
Week, right?
And she was talking about imaginary person in the back, and she wanted
right there is
Yes.
not real.
Okay, well, I started reading the comments, and everybody was commenting, "There's a colonial woman on the wing." like these are all quotes from Bridesmaids. Had you watched it?
I know.
And I think
I'll
there's
work on it.
I think there's a bunch of bloopers at the end too of all their
yeah.
improv. So they let them swing, and it's so many good takes just from them being brilliant and creative. It's very funny.
Definitely a fave.
And then no, it's not Bill Hader. I thought the male co-lead, the male love interest I think he's pretty good as well. I think he's funny.
Which one?
The cop.
Oh, the cop guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what his name is. He's he hasn't really made anything.
I don't think he's that as big as some of the other stars in the movie.
No, they could have put someone probably better for him.
Such
or somebody that you would know
Male
more.
actor overshining this.
Yeah, that's
cast.
probably right. That's probably
Maya
right.
Rudolph, I love too. She's so good in this movie.
Yes, she's so funny.
The scene where they go head to head with the puppies and everything. I'm trying not to spoil it for Aaron, but it's
Too bad.
also funny.
We'll spoil it.
Jeez.
We'll spoil some of the quotes.
That's fine. Okay, my second pick. I feel like it's already getting tough. I feel like I had my first one, and I was like, "That's for sure what I want." Mm-hmm. But then all these other ones are pretty much even with each other. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm gonna go with The Proposal.
Okay.
Okay.
Andrew seems happy with that.
I can live with that. It's not one getting sniped off my list. The only nag in my brain is that my fiance loves that movie, so I hate to see you take something that's gonna help earn her vote. Though to the window, to the wall scene, God, oh my goodness, it's just comedy gold.
Yes. Yeah, the whole thing's hilarious. When her dog gets picked up by the falcon.
Oh God.
And then
Yes.
the phone gets taken. She's like, "No, take the dog."
The fact that you have Betty White in your movie is oh my goodness.
Rest in peace, Betty.
She's American idol. She's something special.
And Ryan Reynolds is hilarious. Sandra Bullock
Always.
is amazing. Mm-hmm. It's just a classic. I feel like I've seen this one probably the most out of all of the movies on my list. Mm-hmm. So it had to be there.
I would have-
It's the second spot.
I would have never pictured Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds being as good together as they were in that movie.
She said that she declined this movie at first, and
okay.
that she only did it because Ryan Reynolds signed up to do it.
Interesting.
Interesting, yeah. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Aaron's
Yeah.
got the movie trivia facts right now.
Boom.
Yeah, you do.
There it is. All right, that's my second pick. Andrew,
All right, so I get
ending
to
the second round here.
okay. So I get to pick my second and third pick. So we'll start with my second pick of the draft, which is going to be Mean Girls. We talked about it briefly earlier. I feel like
Everyone can quote Mean Girls.
Amazing.
my favorite.
Epic fail on my part.
I do want to hear everyone's. If you guys can think of it on the spot, your favorite Mean Girls quote, because I always know what mine is, and it is, "If you have sex, you will get pregnant, and you will die."
Listen,
It's so funny.
the most appropriate quote for tonight is, "On Wednesdays, we wear pink." And it's Wednesday. Didn't even plan it that way, but yeah.
I'm not a quotes guy, so I don't got one for you, but I have seen this one.
Oh my
Can't
gosh.
sit with us.
Yeah, you can't sit with us.
Fine, I'll leave.
You know what's a really good one? The limit does not exist.
Yes.
This is it's got to be one of the. We say that all the time. Whenever there's a high number, we're like, the limit does not exist in my
Yes.
household. So it's got to be honestly, and like I said again, outside of rom-coms, outside of girls' night movies, it's got to be one of the most quotable movies of all time. This movie is universally recognized. Lindsay Lohan was huge when this movie came out. It's like iconography for like high school experience for the time period that this movie came out as well. And it's just hilarious. I mean, the cast is stacked. You've got, I love that Tina Fey is in there. You've got Lindsay Lohan. I don't have IMDb up right now, but who else is in this movie?
Lacey, how do you say her last name? Chabert?
Did you say Tina Fey, Rachel McAdams?
Rachel McAdams.
That's who I was looking for.
What's the blonde girl's name?
The girl from the other blonde.
Poehler?
No.
Oh yeah, Amy Poehler's the mom of
yes.
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah. I'm not like a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. That's my motto.
Amanda Seyfried.
Yes,
that's what we were
that's
looking
what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yes. I feel like that kind of like catapulted her career because she made a lot of movies after that. Like I had never heard who she was before that. I mean, Rachel McAdams was in stuff before Mean Girls. So was Lacey, and obviously so was Lindsay Lohan. But I did not know who Amanda was before that movie. So
yeah, then they were an iconic trio. And then,
oh my gosh,
with the four of them together, like the like Santa Babies scene. Or
yes.
There's so many moments in the movie that are just
everything is just perfect.
Yeah, it's
Gretchen Wieners, just Janice Ian. Oh my gosh, I just love it. I could go on and on. I could talk this whole time about it.
Two for you, Glen Coco. They have
literally my friends and I say that all the time.
They have. I feel like it's probably the most quotable movie we'll pick, and I feel like it's getting close to Bridesmaids. I said we wouldn't pick anything as funny as Bridesmaids, but this movie's very funny, and I think it's close.
It's funny in a different way.
Yeah,
like it's more, I don't know, teen funny, if you will, and Bridesmaids is more like adult
humor.
Yeah.
More R-rated, yeah.
Yes. Good pick. Solid choice. That was on. Okay, that's the first one that both of you have picked. That was on my list.
Yes. I had an inkling that it was on your list.
Yeah, when I gave it away. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Whoops.
So,
hey, why don't you drink a little bit more?
Yeah. Cheers. Okay.
But this brings us to my third pick. And for my third pick of the draft, I'm going to be going with Failure to Launch. I feel like that's a surefire hit that has got to be on your guys' list, I would assume. Wow.
What movie is on your list?
After this is you gotta
I considered putting that one on my list, but no, it's not.
You have to read your 20.
I love it.
Because I have to know what made it above all these movies.
Yeah, for sure.
But I picked Failure to Launch. Are these just like rom-coms that guys like? Is that why we're picking them?
No.
Are we losing like in real time?
No.
How many times my wife puts Failure to Launch on? It's not because I want to watch it every time.
We watched it last week. We literally watched it last week, and this movie is so funny. And again, it's another really funny one. But I really like personally the adventure elements of this movie, like getting to see them rock climb and surfing and mountain biking. I think that's so. And then the paintball scene is like possibly the best scene in the movie.
Yes.
When she says something, she's like,
yeah,
trigger fingers.
Yes.
The movie also has like the emotional undertones too. The way that he still stays in touch with his he's widowed.
Right.
His fiance passed away. Spoiler alert for the movie. So sorry. But he still stays in touch with her child because he would have been that child's stepfather.
Right.
And he still like visits him all the time. But that's why he can't move on in his life is because I think her name was Amy. But because Bradley Cooper, I think's character says, I have to tell you about Amy. But then the cast of this movie stacked, like Bradley Cooper's in it. Riley from National Treasure is in it. The Kathy Bates is his mom. Like
Zoe Deschanel, right?
Zoe Deschanel is the friend. Yeah, the
crazy friend.
Sarah Jessica Parker, right, is the female lead. She's great in
iconic.
This movie. Then there's like all these emotional layers to it. Like she doesn't want to hurt him. She's like falling in love with one of her clients, which is hard for her. And I think this movie just it matches up so many things. The adventure elements, the romance, the comedy, it hits the nail on the head with all of them. And I just love Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
Yeah,
who doesn't?
He's so charming. We talked
about how better rom-com movies.
Yes.
We talked about how charismatic Will Smith is in Hitch, but who is more charismatic than Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah. This one was probably going to be my next pick because my wife loves it so much, so I feel like I had to.
Yes.
But now it's gone. So how sad.
Finally,
But
I get to steal one.
Failure to Launch is the better version of How to Lose a Guy in 10 days.
Be careful saying that.
It's true.
I agree.
I know Andrew thinks so.
Oh, man.
We talked about it before.
guys.
So if you pick it, Cassie, just know we don't approve of your pick.
Oh, man. Tough crowd in here. Okay.
I do think it's better. His co-stars are funnier, so like his friends are funnier and more entertaining, and then the
Better
side
story.
scenes are, yeah.
I agree with that.
Going with my third pick, I'm taking Definitely Maybe.
Not only have I never seen it,
Never seen it.
I've never heard of it.
God.
And they
I
go-
have
they
heard
go
of
on this
it.
movie.
I have heard of it, but I've never seen it.
I had a feeling that this one would be maybe a little less known, but it's one of my favorites.
Oh, the cast is really
Who's in it
incredible.
again?
Ryan Reynolds.
Picking another Ryan
Okay,
Reynolds movie.
okay.
Abigail Breslin, Isla Fisher, who I love. I love Isla Fisher. She's amazing. I really like her in Now You See Me.
Yeah.
Rachel Weisz, Elizabeth Banks, Emily Wickersham. So this cast is
Okay.
This movie is a lot of
Good.
fun. So it's about the dad, which is Ryan Reynolds. It's his night to watch his daughter, who's like 8 or 9. He's divorced now, and she was asking him a lot of like in-depth questions about like his relationship with his mom and if he had any other serious girlfriends beforehand and all that stuff. So she kind of convinces him to tell her his like love story.
Okay.
And he's like, I've been in 2 other serious relationships other than your mom. And he's like, I'll tell you the story, but I'm going to change the names of all the girls and I'm going to make up some things. And then you have to decide who, or you have to pick who your mom is. And the little girl like sits back and she's like, it's like a love mystery. And then the movie is him explaining the story to her. So it like cuts back in time. We meet the first girl and then it goes back to them in present day hanging out. And then we meet the second girl, we meet the third girl. And the whole time, you as the audience is also trying to determine, like, oh, who's the mom?
Yeah.
Because we don't know until the very end. And I don't know, it's just a lot of fun. It's
Yeah.
definitely more of a serious movie compared to some of our other picks.
Okay.
It's still funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a Ryan Reynolds rom-com.
Sure.
It's funny.
Yeah.
now that you have described it, I have heard of this movie. I just haven't seen it.
Yes.
And it had the first appearance that I've seen of wireless, like, earbud headphones.
Oh,
They
okay.
predicted the future there. Came out in 2008.
Okay.
Also, Elizabeth Banks is in this movie, but she's not listed high on the.
Yeah, there's a lot of great actors and actresses in this movie. I highly recommend watching it.
I'll put
And
it
I
on the
don't even care
list.
that you guys haven't seen it. I'm so happy that I got this movie.
You're passionate about it. All right.
fifth.
Like that's probably true, but I really like it. Like how well am I explaining stories or plots of movies? Not very well. I don't explain it very well, but this one I feel like I can do.
Yeah.
'Cause I like it so much.
Yeah,
Yes.
explained it well.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so that wraps up my third member of the team. So Cassie, it goes to you for your third
And
then
fourth.
your fourth.
Oh boy. Okay. For my third, I'm going to pick, and I'm going to be so ashamed if neither of you have seen this one because
Yeah,
it's a
probably
classic. What?
Probably haven't.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Sweet Home Alabama. No?
I actually haven't.
No?
I actually haven't. That is one of my grandmother's favorite movies.
Okay. See, this is my grandma and I's favorite movie together.
Nice.
That's why it means something
It has
to me.
Patrick Dempsey in it, right?
Yes.
And Reese
Yes.
Witherspoon.
And Reese Witherspoon, who I adore. My daughter's middle name is Reese after Reese Witherspoon because I love her so much and I love the name. But yes, it came from her. So I just love this movie. It's just so like country romance. I don't know. I love how so since you guys haven't seen it, quick synopsis. She got married right out of high school to like her small hometown person at the time.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
No, it was cute. But then I don't.
Married right out of high school.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. But whatever happened between the two of them, they ended up like separating and breaking off. And she moves to New York, and then she becomes. I clearly have like a fashion relation
Trend here.
but she becomes like big into the fashion world, and then she comes back home, or then she gets engaged in New York to Patrick Dempsey.
Like he's the big city guy that
Yes.
she's inevitably gonna
Yes.
leave.
Yes. So she comes back home because she has to finalize her divorce like officially.
Are they into Civil War reenactments?
Yes.
Hilarious.
Her dad does that.
My grandpa was really big into those, and we would go to multiple of them a year.
Really?
My familiarity with
Okay, well then you would love this.
I cannot say that word. My familiarity with them comes from an episode of Psych.
Yes,
So that's as far as it goes for me.
I always like that episode so much. It's like, hey, I've been to a reenactment.
Well, I just think it's such a good movie, and it's not the greatest chick flick of all time, but like I said, I have like a
Personal connection.
I have
Not the greatest.
No, I
Not
just
the greatest.
I have like a I don't know, it's just like one of those things where
Emotional connection to it, yeah.
Yeah, and whenever my grandma still does watch cable TV, and she'll call me and she'll be like, "Sweet Home Alabama's on." I'm like, "Grandma, I don't have
working.
Yeah, I don't have that anymore.
I haven't had cable in 5 years.
As soon as streaming stuff came out, I ditched cable a while ago. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I don't know. It's just one of those like emotional things. So
That's the hard part about the draft.
I had to put one emotional one in there.
Fan favorites, or do you pick the ones that you're connected to? I kind of tend to go towards the ones I'm connected to.
I mean, I feel like the ladies will still, just because you guys haven't seen it, I feel like the ladies will still appreciate some Reese Witherspoon. So
Got my grandma's vote.
okay, thank God.
I don't think our numbers do very well in the senior female community.
Well, maybe we're gonna change things around here. Who
No,
knows?
but I love my grandma more than anything in the world. So
Yes, my grandma's
that
my
curries
best
favor
friend.
with me. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Wow.
All right, Cassie, you get another pick.
All right. So this is my fourth. So I have to really. I haven't even looked at my list one time,
You're
guys.
just going off the cuff.
Are you
That's
impressed?
because your whole list is still available.
Jeez. All right. I feel like we should do more than 5. Oh gosh.
man.
Okay. Sorry. I'm getting sidetracked here. Oh man, this is a lot of pressure. Okay. So I think for my fourth.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I really wish we could pick like 8 though. But all right. I think for my fourth, I have to pick, gosh, Monster-in-Law.
Mikey, we're both going back on IMDb.
With Jennifer Lopez.
What is that?
This is like
seen this one, I think.
peak Jennifer Lopez. Like I was looking through all of her movies, Made in Manhattan, like all the, rom-coms she did in that era.
Her new one she did wasn't that good.
Which one was it?
I don't remember the name.
Oh, okay.
That's not a good sign.
Okay. I saw she did something recently on Netflix.
Yeah,
Movie has
that's the one.
Oh, okay.
Jane Fonda, Wanda Sykes, and Adam Scott. I love Adam Scott and Wanda Sykes.
Yeah.
Literally, Jane Fonda is hilarious in this movie. So is Wanda Sykes.
She's always hilarious.
She is. But this is just like
Will Arnett.
Yes. This is just like Wanda Sykes. Like, are we allowed to curse? Like, no F's given. on
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so she just gives no fucks, and everything she says that comes out of her mouth is just hilarious. So, before Sweet Home Alabama, and what's the other one you guys haven't seen? Put this one on the top now.
Put this one on the top.
Yes.
Have we not seen 3 of yours so far to your 4?
Yes.
My goodness.
See, we're just.
Well, I've seen Bridesmaids. Aaron
Yeah.
hasn't seen Bridesmaids.
Aaron hasn't seen that one.
But I think I've seen.
But you
this one.
both didn't see Devil Wears Prada.
Oh my God. I've seen one of them and you've seen one of them.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I just love Monster-in-Law. I feel like
Is
it's.
this the one where they like go under a tunnel and hold their breath? No, that's with Jennifer Aniston. Never mind.
So you haven't seen
No.
this one.
I think I have still, but I don't overall remember it.
It's just about having like a crazy mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And it's just so relatable, I feel like, to so many people who do actually have a crazy mother-in-law.
My mother-in-law is the best person
Ever.
I do love
So is mine.
I do love my mother-in-law. Jen's not going to be watching this, but she's the best.
Well, good.
She will if you put it on TikTok, though. Jen, this one's for you.
To make it specifically just send it to her.
Yeah.
When is it going to be my turn again? That's what I want to know.
Not yet.
Almost.
Man. Okay.
The people are like, when is Andrew going to have another pick? We're just waiting to hear what Andrew.
Yeah. No one cares. Oh man, what do I pick? There's so many. I have them like kind of in the order, but now like that we've picked them, I'm like,
We never,
Yeah.
order is like fluctuating.
I didn't put mine in order.
we never clarified that we got invited to girls' night.
Oh yeah, we got invited to girls' night. Thanks to Cassie. Thank you for letting this happen, Cassie.
That's right.
Okay. Man. What do I want here? I think since my last one wasn't as maybe recognizable, which maybe it is outside of this room,
It is still.
but this one is a little bit more recognizable. You guys have definitely heard of, and I feel like 90% chance I've seen.
Okay.
And this movie makes my wife feel like empowered every time she watches it. And it's awesome and funny. And that is Legally Blonde.
Duh. Yes. Yes.
It's another Reese
Classic.
Witherspoon, yeah.
Yep.
Classic.
She's kind of owning this. Is this like the second or third movie she's been in?
I think you have 2 with her, right?
Did I?
Because Sweet Home Alabama, right?
Sweet Home Alabama. No, that's it.
Bridesmaid?
She's not in Bridesmaids.
No, she's not in Bridesmaids.
She's not in Devil Wears?
Nope.
No?
Anne
Okay.
Hathaway.
Well, maybe she's just in
that is
two,
the
but
first
I think it's
That's the second
she's the
one.
most repeating character so far since Ryan Reynolds.
Because she is she is amazing in all chick flicks that she does. She's amazing. I mean, let's be honest. Like, she doesn't really ever do any serious roles.
That reminds me of another
Is
one.
Legally Blonde on your list?
No.
Oh my God.
I love it, but
Not on
I
mine
knew
either.
you guys were gonna pick it, so I didn't put the obvious ones on there.
It's on your list.
I'll show you. Don't worry.
We have to find out. Reese Witherspoon is in the other movie with it's the spy movie with Tom Hardy and Chris Pine.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's a good one.
Oh, it's on the tip of my
This
tongue.
Means
I
War.
can't think
This
of it.
means war. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
That is a good
I
one.
really like that movie.
Yeah, but I thought that was more of like the guys kind of
Yeah.
rom-com.
Yeah.
You know? I think this one's more like for girls.
This is a very, very prominent chick flick.
Yeah.
Solid choice, Aaron.
That's why I picked it.
Yes.
I feel like I needed a little bit of help after the last one. You know, the last one's a really good movie.
You redeemed yourself here.
Maybe.
Maybe. Let's see what your list
Get it? Because this new movie's definitely maybe.
Let's see what your list is rounding out to, Andrew. Your 4th pick. It's finally your turn. The audience has been waiting forever for this moment.
I'm torn. I'm torn between a couple.
Getting hard.
It's getting really hard as we get. It always gets hard as you get down to 5 because there's movies that you love that just aren't.
Oh, you're
even
about to
at the
close
list.
out your team here.
There's a person. I have the option to do a pick for me and a pick for the audience, but I think instead what I'm going to do is 2 picks for me. So
All right, Cassie wins.
so for my number 10 spot, I'm sorry, it's
Deadpool is
I've got
not a
list here. I got
rom-com, Andrew.
There's both those elements in that movie. Don't you dare. So first,
Did you see the marketing for Deadpool, the first one?
that was like because it was Valentine's
It
Day.
came out.
Oh,
on
yes.
Valentine's Day,
I
they
remember
put
that.
Ryan Reynolds all over the cover and
Yeah.
didn't show him in the Deadpool like outfit.
Yes, I remember that.
Hilarious.
Such smart marketing for that movie through and through.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to go with for my 4th pick in the draft is going to be 50 First Dates.
a
And
good one.
I think this
Good.
movie's a little goofier than anything that we've had on the list this far. But
Adam Sandler. Yeah.
I think that, like you said, your daughter's middle name is Reese, right?
Yeah.
So my name is Andrew, but if I was born a girl, my name would have been Drew because my
Drew.
mom loves Drew Barrymore.
Yes.
So Drew
Who doesn't?
Barrymore is first of all, the show that I'm most upset with being canceled in the whole world is the Santa Clarita Diet. And
Okay, I haven't
Drew
seen that.
Barrymore makes that show great. But
I've heard of it.
because we're talking about 50 First Dates. But this movie is so funny. The chemistry and the comedic banter between Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore is obviously great. Otherwise, they wouldn't have like 3 or 4 movies together.
Yes.
They're also in The Wedding Singer together.
Yes.
They're also in the one where they're in Africa together, Blended. But
Blended, yep.
they're so funny together, and this movie I think is the best one they have as a comedy duo. This is another movie that like gets me on the verge of tears. Like when they come and show him that she's singing the song that the song that was the love song for her parents. He's like, she only sings it on days when she meets you, and I'm like, oh my god,
Gets you in your feels. Yes.
like, and the fact that he's willing to make the effort for her to fall in love with him every single day, and for someone in her position to like open herself up to love, there's so many like different layers, and they do consistently bring it back to the comedy to keep brevity in the movie, but it is a very sad concept, and I really like the way that they blend those two things together. The stars in this movie are really what make it work, and the scenes at the zoo with Adam Sandler and that like Russian woman are like belly laugh funny. They're
Yes.
so good. So I just absolutely adore this movie. I freaking love it to death. And I think I'm ready to move on to my 5th pick. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm sure this probably wasn't on your guys' list.
Actually, it was.
Oh, it was.
It made my list.
Wow.
It made the 20. It was at the
crazy.
end, but it did make the 20. Because I feel like Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler, they were amazing together. It was like Drew and Adam before it merged into Adam and Jennifer Aniston. Like, they were like the original two, romantic comedy people, and then he did everything with Jen after that. But
such a good spark in both of those pairings you just mentioned, like romantically and comedically on screen. I just think they work.
Yes.
And they're
like best friends in real life. So I think it's like amazing that they can just be romantic. And
you probably have my grandma's vote with that one. She loves that movie.
It's so unique.
Yeah, we watched it together with my mom. Probably like when it first came out on like DVD, we all watched it together, and my grandma loved it so much she went and bought the movie afterwards.
Aww.
And I can't think of too many movies where she went and actually like bought the DVD after renting it or whatever. But yeah, she really loved the story, and then of course there's comedy throughout, to like kind of lighten the scenario a little bit.
And I love a movie that with an unexpected ending too, because you would think that they would just fix her memory loss and have them live happily ever after. But the ending of this movie, spoilers, is that they're hopeful for her memory to return, but she still has her amnesia. So they definitely like.
She watches the movie every morning to remind herself of what her life is.
And he's eternally making her fall in love with him over and over again.
That's amazing.
And they get to go off sailing, which was like his dream. So, and plus this movie's cast is really stacked too. Her dad and her brother. Her brother's Samwise Gamgee, which is awesome. It's just through and through a really good movie. And I'm having such a hard time with my very last pick.
No pressure.
I think what I ultimately have to go with. No. Oh, there's one I forgot about because I didn't write it down.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. The dilemma.
Uh-oh.
What's going to happen here?
Okay, I'm not going to pick that one. I'll explain after why I didn't pick this one. Because
the one that you didn't write down.
The one that I didn't write down because it's not. I don't think it's really as much of a girls' night movie. That's why I'm not picking it. Okay. And I'll say why. But the movie I'm going to pick, my fifth pick and the final pick in this draft, if I'm not mistaken.
For you, yeah.
Oh, okay. Is Stuck in Love.
I haven't seen that
Stuck
one.
in Love, I don't think is as mainstream or as popular a movie. That's why I saved it for 5. But it has Greg Kinnear as one of the stars. It has Logan Lerman. It has, I think, Nat Wolff. And then Lily Collins, who she's amazing. I think that it's more of just a romance drama movie. It's not as comedic, but the point of this
Rated R.
It's a really good movie. I'll tell you guys kind of the point because you haven't seen it, but the Greg Kinnear is the father, and he has been divorced. So the story is he's a writer. His 2 kids are both writers or soon to be writers in the case of his son. And so they're like artists, so they're an emotional group, but it's them like dealing with the parents have been divorced for a while, but it's their reactions to how they approach love with their parents divorced. And the dad is very much still in love with his ex-wife at the beginning of the movie. And the daughter, you could say, has a really unhealthy relationship with the concept of love. But man, this movie makes me cry. This movie it's definitely, like I said, more dramatic than our other picks. And I don't want to spoil it for you because I really think you guys should both watch it. But the performances are really good. And it's another movie that like makes you think about love and heartbreak, and it makes you think about like commitment and what it means to be really committed. Like there's definitely different, very, very different levels of commitment. And God, I just think this movie is sad, and it makes you. I think the song in it is Bastille, or by Bastille, and that is a great element too because the song is part of a story. But I feel like I could almost start crying like just thinking about different parts of the movie.
Sure. It's a good pick, man. It's a good pick. Good job. You did good.
This is another one that I'll have to give credit to my fiance Sierra because I'd never seen it until she showed it to me.
Okay.
And this turned into like definitely one of my top 100 movies of all time.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Very cool. Okay. So I had 15 movies on my list. So that means I have quite a bit left over. It looks like there's been 7 from my list that have been taken.
Okay.
I think I'm going to kind of go the same route as Andrew here and pick one that's a little bit more emotional, a little bit more sad, that really like brings out the feeling. the feelings
The Minions
for this
movie?
for this. Yes.
Rise of Gru.
Why'd you have to spoil my pick like that?
What was it?
Rise of Gru.
The Minions movie.
Oh, I've never heard of that. What?
It's an animated movie. That's not my pick.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what?
Okay. Not my pick.
All right.
My movie that I'm in picking
Okay.
is The Vow.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. That's an emotional one.
I would have never thought that you would have that on your list. I do have it on my list, by the
I
way.
love this movie.
I love it too.
And I haven't seen it in a long time. And I think this is the only movie on my list that my wife actually hasn't seen.
Okay.
And I don't know if she would like it or not because it's really sad and she doesn't like
Yeah.
sad movies. But yeah, it's got,
Channing Tatum, Rachel McAdams.
yep. And it's based on true story too. So it's like,
That's crazy.
Have you seen it?
Memory loss again, right? She
Yeah.
has memory loss and he has to
Yep.
kind of convince her.
He brings,
Yeah.
they got in a car accident.
Yes, the car
She's in
accident.
her
Yeah.
head,
Yeah.
Has memory loss. So
coming
he
back
had
to me.
bring her home and she doesn't remember anything.
Yeah.
So they really show like what that relationship dynamic is like because she doesn't remember who she is, let alone who he is.
Right.
So he's like, he would take her to like her art shed in the back and
Yeah.
well, like you're like an artist, you would.
She goes back to only remembering her family and her previous
Yeah,
boyfriend.
Not to,
Or-
not to like
yeah.
correct you, but she remembers up to the point like kind of where she dropped out of college.
Yes.
Is where
Yeah.
her memory stopped because she's dropped
Yeah.
out of college to become an artist and go to art
Yeah.
school and stuff.
Right.
So
Thank you for that.
Yes.
But yeah, I love this movie so much.
That's
and
a
it's
good-
been way too long since I've seen it.
It's a good movie. I feel like she would like to watch it, even though it's a
should.
little sad.
I know. I'll make her watch it.
It's okay
Yeah.
to be sad. Do
Yeah.
you like me watch it through the lens of like imagining yourself as
like
Channing
a-
Tatum and
yes,
how horrible it would
absolutely.
be and thinking you would do the same thing and make all the efforts for her to like fall back in love with you and all that.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I watch pretty much every movie that's like about a relationship
Through that
those
lens.
lens where
Yeah.
I'm in the relationship and something just happened to my wife.
Yeah.
And it's like really hard.
And whether you and because anyone can imagine themselves, right, as
Mm-hmm.
like guy or girl can imagine yourself if your partner like had that memory loss and like it's just gut wrenching to
Doesn't she remember loving her ex when she comes back?
Yeah, because they were engaged at one point,
Yeah.
and she broke off the engagement, decided she like wanted to move away from her family,
He
go to
has
art
like,
school.
Try to win her over.
Yeah,
again,
he was like the total like different thing for her than what she was used to.
I don't know it's so much
thing she needed.
I don't
Yes.
remember perfectly, but I don't know it's so much that she remembers herself as in love with him, but I don't think she remembers the breakup. So I think it's more so like she's not necessarily out of love with him. So it's, and he's back in the picture in later parts of the movie, I believe. But it's just so like it's kind of grueling to be in his shoes and be like he's like excitedly making breakfast and he's like saying things. He's like they have their normal routine that they would go through, and he's like, oh, like he has to stop himself at every turn and be like, oh, whoops, like. Yeah, I forgot that I can't like give you a hug or I can't, and that would be in such a hard position to be in, like going from one day in a relationship, where you're
holding
close
hands,
every day
yeah.
to like you're a stranger in your own house.
Yeah.
It's very good
And
subject
then having
matter.
to
They picked
deal
a
with
good
her
plot,
family.
like,
Wasn't her family
true story.
They didn't really like him.
No, they weren't
Yeah,
supportive
they
of
like
her.
him, which
Yeah.
makes it even harder.
So they
'cause,
convinced her to like when she, because I think she went and lived with them.
She went and moved back in with
She
them,
lived
yeah.
with them like for a little bit to recover
originally- yeah,
or something.
She originally, I think, tried to get back to her life with him, but eventually it moves in
Moved
with them.
back. Yeah.
Yes. I feel like that was like Channing Tatum's. I mean, was that like one of his like most serious roles? Because
Has
what
to be
did
up there.
what did he do?
Mike's pretty serious.
Oh my
You
gosh!
got to make money, right?
Oh my gosh! That was a true story, though, wasn't that? Wasn't that a?
It's like based off of his life in some way.
Yeah, because he was from like Tampa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those movies are in Tampa. I haven't seen any of them. I do want to watch at least the first one.
Yeah. I mean, unless you want to watch male strippers, you're not missing a whole bunch.
It's got Matthew McConaughey. It's got Channing Tatum. It's got
Yeah.
what's his name?
What's
The
Sofia
really big
Vergara's?
guy.
Sofia Vergara's
Yes,
husband.
Yes.
I think
his
it's
name?
so cool for him to be known as that.
Yeah.
Sofia Vergara's husband.
Sorry, what's his actual name?
I know him as Brad from How I Met Your Mother,
Oh
but
my gosh, what's his name?
and Deathstroke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find it.
Okay. As soon as you say it, I'm gonna.
I'll be more upset with myself if I can't just like think of it off the top of my head, but I'm about to find it. Joe Manganiello. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah.
His name in the movie is Big Dick Richie.
I forgot that until you just said it.
That's hilarious.
Oh man. Good pick, Aaron.
Thank you.
That's an emotional one. Good pick.
Yeah, as we all remember, you said Magic Mike.
Yeah.
It's emotional, right?
All right.
Okay, Cassie.
The very
last
final
pick
pick.
of the draft.
Gosh, I don't know.
No pressure.
I still have. How many?
You have like what,
One?
18 left on your list?
I have so many.
I just saw one on there when I glanced over. It's one I haven't seen.
Oh no.
I told
Okay.
you, cheats. You gotta keep that locked
Hey, I
down.
have
Well,
the whole
he's
team.
done now. He's done, so it
Aaron.
doesn't matter.
Trying to call me out.
Oh man, I don't even know how to. Okay,
It's like picking your babies.
it really, yeah. I don't know. Are we gonna at least like mention honorable mentions?
I want to hear your whole list. Me and Aaron have to know who came out above Stuck in Love or Crazy Stupid Love and Hitch.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna throw it back and pick Clueless. You guys haven't seen it?
No, I've seen Clueless.
Okay.
So that's another.
Jeez Louise, Aaron. This is like
is the first
90s. This is Mean Girls before there was Mean Girls. Is
Inspiration for
exactly
Mean Girls, for sure.
is exactly what Clueless is, with Alicia Silverstone being like the popular girl in high school, and she, her and her girlfriend in the movie, I forget, Dion, I think her name is in the movie. I forget her actual name. They like adopt Brittany Murphy, rest in peace.
Dash.
Stacey Dash, yes. They like adopt Brittany Murphy's character. Yeah, Paul Rudd. This is like,
The birth of Paul Rudd.
oh
really.
my
He's
gosh.
so young in this.
Paul Rudd is gorgeous in this movie. Let's just throw it out there.
Isn't he
But
like her stepbrother or something? Though?
yes, that's the only part that's a little
It's a
creepy.
little aged poorly.
Because
yeah.
okay, so her dad is a lawyer, and so he was married like 3 or 4 times. Paul Rudd was the son of one of his previous marriage, his stepson. So he didn't actually. So it was like, I don't know, what would that make him to her?
Yeah, her like
Distant.
half stepbrother.
Yeah, it was like, so there wasn't blood relation there, but still,
Yeah.
it was a little weird that like they ended up together, like dating and everything at the end.
Because they
But-
met like when he moved into her house or something. I
Yes. Yeah. He moved back in, and she was dating a guy who she thought like she had a big crush on, but then he turned out being gay. And
This is a digestible movie. It's PG-13 and it's an hour and 37 minutes. So that's a very like easy to watch movie.
it's very easy. Like,
Everyone loves Paul Rudd.
Yes.
That's amazing. Like you said,
Yes.
it's the inspiration for Mean Girls. And I feel like her plaid outfit in this is so iconic.
Yes.
It's got to be like one of the top 25 most recognizable outfits in
Yes.
film, I feel like.
yes. Yes. I don't know. I just feel like it's like a nice, like classic throwback pick.
That's a really good pick. And for you to get that at 5 is really impressive as well. It would definitely flew under my radar, but I had never seen it until Sierra showed it to me, but it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Cassie, I think I've seen one of your movies.
Oh my gosh.
I've at least seen 2. Hey, you know what?
That's all right. That's the whole point of this, to see a male's perspective on chick flicks and a female's perspective.
Definitely.
You know?
Definitely.
Sierra probably would have. Is Coyote Ugly a girls' night movie? Because I feel like Sierra probably would have been upset. we didn't pick
Coyote
that one.
Ugly is amazing. I love
The
that
music is
movie.
really good.
I love that movie so much.
Not enough to put in your top 5.
Yeah, well, because I have like a top 30, Andrew. I could just go on and talk about these all day. So,
So,
Coyote Ugly is a good one.
do you want to talk about or we'll recap our list and then talk about the movies we didn't pick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go in the order that we picked. So, Andrew, you're up first.
So, I picked Hitch as my number 1. My number 2 spot is Mean Girls. For my 3rd pick, I have Failure to Launch. For my 4th pick, I have 50 First Dates. And for my 5th pick, I have Stuck in Love.
And then I have Crazy Stupid Love, The Proposal, Definitely Maybe, Legally Blonde, and The Vow. Cassie?
Okay. So I picked The Devil Wears Prada and Bridesmaids, Monster in Law, Clue. Wait, what was my 4th pick?
Sweet Home Alabama.
Sweet. Oh,
was your
third. Sorry, I'm already messing things up. Sweet Home Alabama. Then, what did I pick?
Monster-in-Law.
Monster-in-Law, and then
You love
Clueless.
these picks, huh?
I'm sorry. Well, I'm listening to
She has
your
them all,
guys and
yeah.
mine, and yeah.
From the top.
Listen, I didn't even look at my phone the
I
whole
see-
time. It just came out at the end. So, yes, those are my picks.
So, I want to talk about first the movie that I didn't get to pick.
Okay.
And why. And the movie that I feel like most closely missed my list, and I was going to give you guys the chance to dismiss it if I did pick it, was Brokeback Mountain. And I feel like it is definitely a romance, and it's one of my favorite romance. If we were doing a romance draft, for sure would have been up there, like top 2. If we were doing a romance draft, that would certainly have been one of my picks. But I feel like it's not necessarily a girls' night movie because it's so heavy. Like it's a hard watch and it's like super emotional. There's like very dark aspects. It's very sad. So I feel like a girls' night movie needs like a little bit of brevity, or at least like it kind of needs to be something more. I feel like you can watch like
Mindlessly almost.
Well,
like you
not
just
necessarily.
Have it in the
no matter
background.
what you're doing.
I feel like
Yeah.
not even mindless, because Stuck in Love is like more emotional, but this is just like heavier subject matter. I don't know.
This movie, I didn't leave watching it like feeling good.
And then the other one I'm really upset that I didn't get is Set It Up. That's a Netflix original movie. It's one of my favorite Netflix original movies. The comedy works really well, and the chemistry between the two main leads, Glenn Powell and Zoe Deutsch, is really, really good. It's very up there for me. Also has
Where they set up their bosses.
yes, yeah. It also which their bosses are Lucy Liu and Taye Diggs. Pete Davidson's in this movie as well. I think that this movie is really funny, but I like the cutesy nature between the two main characters, and I feel like I buy into it a lot with these actors.
Brooke and I were literally just watching this like last week.
It's
It's one of the better Netflix original.
really good.
rom-coms.
I recommend it. It's up there with like the old guard for me. So I also recommend watching What Happens in Vegas. I really love that rom-com. Ashton Kutcher and Cameron Diaz. It is, again, hilarious. That's one I've watched a lot with my grandma. Then She's the Man. Sierra showed me that movie again. That movie is so funny. Amanda Bynes and Channing Tatum are very peak in that movie.
That was before Amanda Bynes went crazy.
Yeah. But she's so
Sorry.
good in this movie. She's so funny, and it's so quotable again. And then I had The Vow, I had Bridesmaids. You guys stole those. The Notebook, I really wanted to pick just for audience appeal, but The Notebook is not in like my personal top 5, top 10.
Right.
Not on your list either, right?
I didn't put it on
we
there.
Talked about
we
them.
we talked about this. We're
I think
like,
it's
it's just
overrated.
too. Yeah, it's great, but it's just too. It was too obvious of a pick too.
But I could have picked it for the audience. But I did.
What do you want?
And then Easy A. I freaking love Emma Stone.
Yeah, that's a good
She's
one.
Amazing. John Tucker Must Die. I just watched that for the first time recently.
That's an oldie, but a goodie.
And then you got Bridesmaids. So that's my list.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go through mine kind of quick. I have Crazy Rich Asians, which I've only seen once, but it was so good, and I definitely
movie.
want to rewatch it. It's on Amazon Prime right now too. So
Okay.
I told Brooke, my wife, that the next movie that we're gonna watch, like on our movie night or whatever, is this movie again.
Yeah, I watched it on there recently. I like movies where they show like extreme wealth, just because it's
Yeah.
like it's visually entertaining. All
Yeah.
of the like expensive high end fabrics and cars.
I have The Change Up, which is hilarious. That's with Jennifer Aniston and Jason Bateman. I have this one's probably like one of my favorite, like just funny movies, and it's The Lovebirds. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. That's why I didn't pick it. I don't think a lot of people have seen it. But it's so
heard of it.
funny.
Who's in it?
Let me look it up real quick.
While you're looking that up, I just thought of two more: Night and Day and Killers, because I feel like those are mirror movies, but I also feel like they're good rom-coms, action rom-coms.
Okay.
Aaron made up a movie.
Issa Rae? Is that how you say your name?
Yeah, Issa Rae.
And then the comedian Kumail.
Nanjiani.
Yes, thank you. It's so funny.
Okay.
And it's, let me see, I think it's a little shorter too. Yeah. Hour and 26 minutes. It's rated R. It's hilarious.
Okay.
If you're looking to laugh, definitely watch that movie. I have Miss Congeniality.
Yes.
I feel like that's another big name
so
one
good.
that probably should have been drafted.
Yeah, that's a really good.
Now that I'm reading it, it sounds weird that we didn't draft it at all.
That's a good
I'm not a
one.
big Miscongeniality person myself.
No.
It's not my
not gonna
favorite
hate on
one,
it,
but
but
it's like it's an
It's-
iconic one.
it's
It's
so
a
good.
fashion one too. Why didn't you take it?
It's not centered around fashion.
I feel like I picked Princess Diaries
Art
first. Is Princess Diaries a girls' night movie?
It was on my list. Yep.
I have Friends with Benefits, which is the better version of No
No Strings Attached.
And then I have The Switch. That's also with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
And
Jason Bateman.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And then I had Silver Linings Playbook to wrap up my list. Or actually, I have one more.
It's a good one.
And that's Playing It Cool. And that's with Chris Evans. And who's the girl lead? I'm pretty sure Chris Evans directed this. I might be wrong.
Captain America, Chris Evans.
America.
Okay.
He's
all
directed,
right.
I think, more than one movie. Michelle Monaghan is the female lead, and then Aubrey Plaza and Anthony Mackie are in this. And Topher Grace and Luke Wilson. How have I not heard of this movie?
Dude, it's such a good
Stacked
movie.
cast.
It's so good. So it doesn't look like he directed it, but he might have been like a producer or something. I know it was like
Okay.
He was involved in it somehow. But yeah, it came out in 2014. I love this movie. Brooke loves this movie. I didn't pick it because I don't think a lot of people know about it.
Yeah.
But
But you also
basically-
picked Definitely Maybe.
Yeah, that one's good. People have heard of that.
That
just
was
not
on
YouTube.
that was on a lot of lists. Like when I did like a quick Google search,
Yeah.
that was on a lot of
Thank
lists.
you.
So it was
It's
the
a good
Crazy
one.
Rich Asians, which I have not seen.
That's
but
a good movie.
that was
It's like Aaron said, it's
that
on
was on
Amazon
there.
Prime.
Okay,
that's where I
I'll have
watched
to
it.
watch it.
And then can I say the moment everyone's been waiting for?
Oh
What
gosh.
is on your list?
Then I gotta go and then I gotta get it. Then I gotta.
Oh my gosh. Hopefully, okay. So Devil Wears Prada. Sorry you guys don't agree. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. It's
I saw that on
amazing.
your list.
It's amazing. Sorry.
I made her not draft that.
I'm sorry. It's amazing. Clueless.
Would you agree though that the one that he drafted, Failure to Launch, is better?
No, I don't agree. I'm sorry. I just don't.
The scenes
How to-
It's so
in,
much better.
and how to lose a guy in 10 days when she like keeps sending him to get drinks at the basketball stadium.
Yes.
It's like
It's it's cringeworthy, but it's just so
it's-
funny. It's so funny.
It is a very like cringy movie.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I like the cringe factor, I guess.
Yeah.
But okay.
It's a girl thing, I guess.
I guess. Okay, Clueless, Mean Girls, which I said, Princess Diaries. That's like a girl movie where like when that first came out, like everybody wanted to be the Princess of Genovia. Like that just really, I don't know.
is it in like Princess Diaries or Princess Diaries 2 or something where the guy's like, I have diplomatic immunity in all these countries?
Yes, yes. That line is in one of them.
Yeah.
I can't remember which, but you're
I
right.
don't remember which one either.
You are right. Okay, Sweet Home Alabama. I really questioned using this throwback. I love Pretty Woman.
Okay.
I really thought about it, and then I went with Clueless instead. But I do love Pretty Woman. Oh my gosh, this is a
Richard Gere and
yeah.
Is it
Julia
Julia
Roberts. Like that's just like the greatest. I don't know. That's just the greatest love story ever. My Best Friend's Wedding. You guys have probably never seen that one. It's with
heard of it.
it's with Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
What's his name? Dermot
My best friend's wedding, right?
Yes, My Best Friend's Wedding. Cameron Diaz is in
I've
this when
seen my
she
best
is.
friend's girl.
Yes, this one's different. Cameron Diaz is so young.
Oh my gosh. This has the oldest brother from Malcolm in the Middle. Now I gotta watch it.
Okay. This is like, I feel like this was a movie like my mom and I watched together. Like it was like one of like the first like chick flick movies I ever watched. So I put it on there for like sentimental purposes. Bridesmaids. Okay. This was another one I really loved, but it would have been like way down the list. Like if we did 10 or something, maybe it would have been on there. Just Married with Ashton Kutcher and Brittany Murphy.
Okay.
Remember when they first got married and they had all those, like they went along their honeymoon and they had the tiny car that broke. It was so funny. Did you see that one? Just
Yeah, no, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one. If I'm thinking of the right one, is that the
They all
one
kind of blend together.
where
I know. I know.
they're like going back and forth with each other, like fighting?
Yes.
Okay, and
And
then
they're fighting on their honeymoon.
are they in Rome or something?
Yes.
That is very funny. Those scenes where they're like
Yes.
going at each other, like in the
Yes.
airport, and
Yes.
yeah, that's a good movie.
Yes, they were very funny. Like all their bickering moments were hilarious. Okay, I did put the
I do think that What Happens in Vegas is the better version of Just Married, though.
I agree. I can agree with that. I did The Wedding Planner. Have you guys seen that one? Okay.
Yep.
Which is why I picked Monster-in-Law because I feel like Jennifer Lopez's performance in Monster-in-Law is better than The Wedding Planner. I also love The Wedding Singer. Like there's so many.
That's a good movie. That's
Yeah, there's so many good ones. Okay. If I would have picked like a real emotional sad pick like you guys did, I would have 1000% picked A Walk to Remember with Mandy Moore.
Haven't seen it.
I've
I do. It's on my watch list, though. I haven't seen it.
Okay. It's like she has leukemia. She finds out she has leukemia. She's dating like the popular guy in school. It's
Mandy
just,
Moore, I like her.
it's adorable. It's the ladies will respect this.
A
that
Fault in
pick.
Our Stars is another good one in that
That
vein
is-
too.
yes.
That movie,
That is a
I
good
cried
one.
like twice watching that movie also, and I read
That's
the
a-
book because Sierra likes John Green or whoever the author is for that book.
Yes, that's a good pick. Okay, you guys have probably not seen this one either. Under the Tuscan Sun with Diane Lane.
Haven't heard of it.
Yeah, I
No.
haven't heard of that one either.
Okay, that's more of like another like me and my grandma / mom type pick. Like this lady just like picks up and decides to move to Tuscany, Italy, and like refurbish this old house and just start over a new life.
This makes me think of Mamma Mia.
Kind of, yeah, kind of less music, like less, singing and all the songs, but more serious. But that's a good one. 50 First Dates. I had that one on there at the end. Okay, The Ugly Truth with Katherine Heigl and Gerard Butler.
I've seen
definitely
the
heard of that.
trailer
So
for
funny.
that movie. I have not seen it.
So funny. The two of them are hilarious together.
So you, just to be clear, you put The Ugly Truth
Yes.
and Under the Tuscan Sun,
Yes.
above Hitch, and Crazy Stupid Love.
Yes.
You said you haven't
Wild.
seen Crazy Stupid Love, right?
No, I have seen it. It's just a long time ago. I need
a
to
shit movie.
I need to rewatch. It didn't leave a lasting impression. I don't know.
That's crazy.
I'll rewatch in your honor.
Have you guys heard that Katherine Heigl is very difficult to
Difficult.
work with, apparently?
I've heard that too. Yes. I have heard the same things about her. Okay, last three. The other
Still not done.
Well, I told you I had 20. The Other Woman is with Cameron Diaz.
Kate Upton. And,
Upton and who's
the
the-
other woman is so funny.
So
She's
funny.
in a lot of movies. I
Yes.
love her.
Yes.
Did I just say The Other Woman in reference to the movie The Other Woman? It was not on purpose. I'm going to find her name.
He is.
Leslie Mann.
Leslie
she
Mann,
is the funniest
yes.
person in this movie by far.
She is so funny. She plays
Her
her
and her
role
dog.
amazing. Yes, the Great Dane. Oh my gosh. I love that one. That one's just like a cutesy, funny one that I like to have on in the background.
Oh, I just saw 17 again on here. I like that movie a lot.
That's a good one. Yes. Okay. Last two. I don't know if this counts as like chick flick, but The Parent Trap.
Oh yeah, I was thinking
love
of
The
that
Parent
as we were
Trap.
Talking about some other movies.
That used to make me like want to have twins, like Mary Kate and like as a woman. You guys won't relate to this, but as a woman, I was like big into Mary Kate and Ashley. Growing up, I always wanted, I always wanted to have twins. And then when Lindsay Lohan like played herself as an identical twin, that just like made me want to have twins even more. I don't know. It was just
It's such a good movie.
such
Yeah.
a clever movie. It's like it's just a totally different concept. Like
Super unrealistic though.
very,
I mean,
yeah.
can we acknowledge the fact that those parents were like,
Yeah.
oh, we both want to have the kids, so let's just like flip a coin and we'll each
Yeah.
get one of them.
Yeah. As a mom now, that's not how that
ridiculous.
works.
Yeah. Could anybody ever do that? Just
would
never
never-
see one of your kids.
Yeah,
again?
I would never let one of my kids just like
They were like,
gallivant
oh, they're
off.
twins. They're basically the same. Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I feel like it took me forever to realize that was Lindsay Lohan playing both roles.
Oh yeah. No,
Really?
she have actual twins.
I was like really young when I
Oh
first
yeah,
saw it.
it's yeah, that's true.
The
Yeah, she played
handshake
both.
with the handshake with the butler.
Iconic.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
that.
It's
I
so-
absolutely love that.
it.
So good. Okay, and then my last one, which I really contemplated making my fifth pick because this one means.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this one means so much to me. You guys have, I guarantee you've never seen this one either. It's called The Holiday.
I've seen it. Love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that the one with Vince Vaughn where they?
Nope.
No, that's a different one.
Nope.
It's
This
called Three
is
Holidays or something.
this is with
Yeah, I've seen that one.
I'm
Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet,
and,
Jude Law.
Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz, Jude
Yeah.
Law, and what's the funny guy's name? Jack Black.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, this one's
They
good.
swap.
They switch houses,
They
right?
switch houses
Yeah.
and switch lives. It's like my go-to, even though it's not a Christmas movie. It's like my go-to
Yeah.
Christmas movie because
It
there
takes
is like
time around Christmas.
yeah, there's some scenes around Christmas, so it's just like that like comforting, relaxing movie I like to put on. I love The
No, that
Holiday.
one's a good one.
Yeah,
I do think The Other Woman is pretty good though. It's not like my favorite, but I think that movie's
yeah.
really funny.
Yeah, not my
I see why it
fave.
didn't make your top 5, but
Yeah.
like the guy in it is very hateable. He's
Yes.
from Game of Thrones.
yes.
So did we only pick one of your movies on one? On
50,
the list?
50 First Dates and Mean
and
Girls.
I got 2.
You got two.
Okay.
Well, I don't think you picked
I
any.
got 0.
Yeah. You went the more serious route, Aaron. That's okay.
Mine are a little bit more serious.
Yes. I went the more like funny, cheesy route.
Oh, and 50 First Dates isn't serious. You guys trying to talk bad about mine? She had
One of the
she
cheesiest
had to
ones.
relive every day as the same day.
Oh, no, I think everybody did amazing. Proud of you
It
guys.
was a lot of fun.
Proud of you guys for picking the girls.
Guys, you made it through your first episode. Would you ever come back on the show?
Yeah, let's just we can only talk about things that I'm
Yeah.
knowledgeable about.
Would you like
Oh
to-
yeah, of course.
Would you?
I can 100% out-talk both of you about Harry Potter any day of the week.
We'll try.
I'm telling you.
How-
I am a ride or die Harry Potter fan. Like, listen, when those books first came out, I think I was 8. Because you're his age, right?
I'm 24.
Oh gosh, you're even younger. So I'm the oldie in the group here. So when those books
Hey, I
first,
didn't want to bring it up.
okay, well, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room here. I'm old.
I've read them around the same age, probably though, because I read them in elementary school.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
I was reading them in like 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade.
So you did. I'm
high school
just
by then,
9 years older than you. That's okay. But I remember when they first came out, they put them on. I don't know if you guys had this or remember this, but there was like the Florida Sunshine reading
Oh, yeah.
list.
Definitely.
Okay.
we had that.
Okay. So when we had that, they were on there. And I remember all these parents were like adamant about my kid is not reading anything about witchcraft.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they were very adamant about not reading it. And guess who still read it? Me. Guess who's still a diehard fan? Me. Okay.
I remember like being shocked that friends of mine in middle school were like, "Yeah, I've never watched Harry Potter because my parents will let me." I was like, "Why?"
That was me. I wasn't allowed.
Yeah, I was. I
Really?
didn't understand it.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch her, and I don't read, so I didn't read the books either. But I just watched them for the first time like 2 years ago.
Really?
They're so
What'd you
good.
think?
They're good.
It's probably different if you watch it as an adult.
Yeah.
You gotta read the books though. Did you read the books though?
Yeah.
Okay. There's just a whole. I know you don't read, but there's like a
There is
whole new
probably
appreciation
a
for them.
0.1% chance.
Well, didn't Brooke buy them all? Don't you own them?
Yeah, we may have gotten rid of them after she finished them, but she just reread the books not too long ago. But
Okay.
I'm not gonna read them even if I.
So
own them.
what house would you pick if you could pick a house? This is off topic, but
Probably Gryffindor.
I mean, you got to pick the best. You got to go with the best.
Sorry, probably
I would go
Gryffindor.
with Gryffindor as well.
Yeah.
What house would you be put in?
Are you trying to insinuate something that I'm a Slytherin? No.
For the next episode.
We'll argue. We'll do a house debate. We need 4 people to
yeah.
debate for each house.
I can bring my little wand that I got from Harry Potter World.
Oh, nice.
I'm such
We
a
did
dork.
it wasn't a house. Was it the housewarming party? Brooke put on a
think
Harry
so.
Potter party.
Themed party.
Yeah, and we played a
Amazing.
bunch of different games that were like themed.
Well, that
Yes.
was probably the one I couldn't go to, actually.
I think you were here.
I was?
I think so.
Check the photos.
Yeah.
We'll check the footage.
Anyways,
Pixar didn't happen.
Exactly.
thanks so much for coming on the show, Cassie.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see whose team ends up winning.
Gosh, I hope I represented the ladies well. Truly, I don't want to let anybody down.
You
Nope.
have a very good advantage because
Okay.
you're probably more relatable. The problem is I think there's only like one girl that watches
Female
the
viewer.
podcast.
Okay. Well, can she be on my side, please?
Well, hopefully this changes that because I mean, that's not by design. It's not
No,
on purpose.
yeah.
So hopefully we can get some more female viewers because I definitely would like that.
Yes.
But
We're very opinionated.
yeah, feel free. And on that note, we definitely want to encourage everyone. Please comment, get involved, mix it up, and argue with us or other people in the comments. I mean, you don't have to argue.
Yeah. Be nice.
I like
be
to
nice.
argue. I like to argue.
And
but,
likes to argue.
but give us your opinions is what I should say. We want to know what movies we missed. We want to know what movies you love. And I will get in there, and myself and Aaron will get in there and communicate with you guys, talk about why you love these movies, because that's why we want to do this. Is we want to open up and have these conversations with as many people as possible, conversations about movies we were already having. We want to open that up to everybody. So thank you so much to anyone that listened. We forgot to do it at our halfway point because we just got so into this draft here, but we really appreciate anyone who listens or watches the show anywhere. Please make sure to like and share with a friend, rate the show. We're on all platforms. We have new episodes coming out every Monday and Thursday. We have content coming out on our social media every day of the week, so make sure to follow us there. And
And
that's a wrap.